Hello and welcome. So today we're going to show you how to install the Dusklight PC port of Twilight Princess on PC. So first of all, we want to go to twilightrealm.dev. So you're going to download the Windows file for version 1.2.0. So go ahead and download that for Windows. And to get your texture packs, this is the 4K texture pack from Enrico Magnifico. You want to go and scroll down about halfway and download the 4K texture packs. And it's up to you. You can also do the 1080p texture pack if you don't have a 4K monitor or TV. It's up to you. And then on top of that, depending on your controller, you can actually download the textures for your corresponding controller. So if you have a Nintendo Switch 1 controller, you can get the glyphs for that. So it's not confusing when you're pressing your buttons. Personally, I have the PlayStation button textures because that's what I'm using, and PlayStation 5 controller also has gyro aiming, which is really handy in game because it's just a nice little quality of life feature. So once you've downloaded both of those, you can go ahead and extract them. But on top of that, if you wanted the Twilight Princess HD texture pack, so this is for the Wii U game, you can download that as well. I'm pretty sure this is the Wii U port texture packs, so you can also download that. But once you've downloaded them and extracted the files, I'm sure you already know how to extract the file. You just right click, go 7-zip, or Windows has its own extraction tool, extract all, and then once that's done, you want to take the GZ2 folder and put it into a folder we're going to show you. But first of all, you have to open up Dusklight, which you have to extract to. Click on the exe file and then go into settings. First of all, we have to locate our Zelda Twilight Princess ISO. It has to be the GameCube version of the game. And then, so go ahead and locate your GameCube ISO file. Mine is with all my other GameCube ISO files. Now this will likely require a restart of the game, but once that's done, you can now go into interface and go open data folder. And open data folder, you want to go to texture replacements. And once you're in there, you can copy your GZ2 folder into there, and that will be basically it. But having said that, if you want to have your glyphs, you want to make sure it's merged, like the button textures, you want to make sure that it's been merged with your GZ2 folder. So in here, I have the PlayStation buttons UI with the Twilight Princess 4K texture pack zip file. And once that's done, you want to probably, so this is what's from the PlayStation buttons UI patch, the user load textures, and then just copy the GZ2 folder and then paste it with the other one, and it will merge together. So once you merge that, you can copy it into texture replacements, which you have to open again. But yeah, go into here, paste it into GZ2. You can probably have user here as well. It tells you, I think, in this text file as well. So you just copy the user folder into the texture pack directory. It might merge with that, but it shouldn't break it or anything. But anyway, so once that's done, we can likely restart our game, but then it will apply. It might load it right away, I'm not sure. But I'll just show you a few other features. So, got your pre-launch stuff, which is not that important, but the most important part is video options, which is for your graphics. Now, personally, I have a 4K monitor that's running at 120 hertz, so I don't need VSync on necessarily because it has adaptive sync and G-Sync. So you can turn that off depending on whatever monitor or TV you're running. But yeah, you got FPS counter, resolution. Bloom's an important setting because personally I find the bloom or Dusklight to be a little too strong. In fact, I reduced it down to 80%. And I just went with classic because that's what I remember from the original game. And yeah, so make sure, of course, use texture pack is on. I'm pretty sure that should be on by default, but if not, just turn it on. And yeah, and then after that, you can set up your input. So you want to use a controller. Personally, I just have an Xbox Series X controller at the moment. My PS5 controller is not plugged in, but of course that won't support gyro aiming. So if you would like that, you've got to use a Switch or a PS5 controller. Now you can configure the gyro and all sorts. Like, I haven't really messed with a lot of these things, but yeah. And then turbo key, that is a really useful feature because you can actually speed up your game. This allows you to speed it up and, you know, skip cutscenes and all sorts because sometimes, you know, especially Twilight Princess, the start of the game is a bit slow. So if you've already played it many times before and you're like, okay, I just want to get through this, super useful. Pretty sure that's binded to the tab key on the keyboard. I'm not sure if you can bind it to your controller, but yeah, it's really useful. I don't think you can. Oh wait, no, you can actually do that. That's really cool. You don't have to reach for the keyboard. You got your sound, gameplay. A lot of these quality of life features are very useful. As if you've played Twilight Princess before, you know that it can be quite annoying with especially the rupees. You know, picking the rupees up whenever you play a new game session. You know, it will play the cutscene of you picking up a rupee like you picked it up the first time. So it only does it once, which is really useful because I think Skyward Sword did that as well. But yeah, there's heaps of different features. You can look around and just poke around and see what you want to change, and it's entirely up to you. But once you're done, you just go ahead and hit play. Pretty sure I already have a file here. Oh, it's ready to go. And you can speed up the game if you want. Already have a file. I'm playing it a little bit. But yeah, so as you can see, got the 4K texture pack. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my second recording, and hopefully it came out well. But I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, see you again next time. Bye.